Welcome everyone to the weekly Facebook live show called Life Buildup, where we talk about your success, fulfillment, and balance. I'm your host Jawad. I'm here with Muhammad Hassan. Today we have a really special topic for you. But before that, I'm just gonna wait for a few people to get inside the live broadcast, and then we'll get started, inshallah.
So, as Jawad, shares the video, and as people are rolling in, just wanted to say a little bit about what this show is about. This is a weekly show on Facebook, and we plan to do this every night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And this is not a show where we, where we give you, motivation or some, BS stories, or just tell you how amazing we are, so be like us. Really, this is a show about where we address some tough stuff that we all go through, and also about certain opportunities and ways of doing things that might be better when it comes to your life, your relationships, your business, your career. That's what the show is about. Myself, I'm a therapist and a coach. Jawad here, he's an e-commerce entrepreneur. And we wanted to really make this about us. So this is a journey together.
Yeah, and I think some people are rolling in. So we're just gonna give a couple more seconds, okay, for a few more people to come in, and then we'll get started. But in the meantime, if you're here with us, please comment below where you're from, so that we want this to be an interaction. I'll be looking at the comments while we do this live show, and I'll be whatever comments that you put or questions that you might have, I'll be communicating that to Hassan here. So feel free to comment below.
Just comment below and hope and share the video. If you're here, share the video so that it gets to other people's news feed, and we can have a amazing show together. So as we're getting started, when we begin, talking about, what does it mean, to staying committed to your goals?
Right, that's the topic, right? So the reason we picked this as the first topic, I think ever since I was young, okay, from high school to college, okay, to now, we all heard this, that in order for us to reach our goals, we need to be staying committed.
Right.
It's very easy for us to set goals.
Right.
It's easy for us to understand what we want. But then once we know what we want, how do we actually stay committed and take consistent action in order to reach that goal? So it's the how that we need to figure out.
I see.
How do you make sure that a week from now, a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you're still taking consistent action towards your goal.
So people start a lot of stuff,
yeah,
but they quit halfway.
Yeah.
Or they, like the classic, right? At the beginning of the year, memberships in gym are, skyrockets, and then it just goes down, right? Right. So how do you stay consistent? How do you pick a goal that and how do you stay with the goal? And look, the first thing I would say, as far as how you stay committed to your goal. Number one is being able to have a goal that is actually yours.
Mm-hmm.
So oftentimes people choose goals, or they pick up stuff because I think I should pick up running from tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I think I want to start a e-commerce. I think I want to. And people get motivated, hyped about something, and it's not really there. They don't have full passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many times do you fail in staying committed to going to bathroom? Like, if you have to go, you go, right? You're committed. I mean, your body tells you, it forces you, and you go to. You never have hard time. I'm having a hard time, keeping up with the.
So you have to make sure that the goal is yours, that you're actually passionate about it.
Right. I mean, it's a goal that that you have passion, and passion doesn't mean that you only have one passion, or people have few passions. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying about goals is that it has to be goals that are yours, goals that you actually care about. Because you gotta be honest with yourself. Look, you gotta cut the BS. If it's not something you're passionate about, then you just can't. That's not a goal you can pursue, because you're gonna keep on slacking. You're gonna keep on giving up. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Right. Okay. So let's say I do have a goal that I'm passionate about,
Right.
What do I do then? How do I make sure that this is something that I work towards every single day,
Right.
and not just quit and give up?
Right. And I'll say this. That's a very good point, right? So, how do you stay committed to your goals? How you just don't go halfway, get excited and pumped up, and then quit? Like a lot of things that we do, from school to programs to gym. So number one was the passion, right? But also some might argue though that before I go into how you do it, some might argue though that, well, sometimes I got to do stuff that I have no choice. Like I have to do these goals, right? Like I have no choice. That's a good question.
I mean, like for example, let's say a college student is forced into a major that he doesn't want to get into.
Right.
In that scenario, he doesn't want to do it, but he has to do it.
So he has to stay committed to a goal that he doesn't care about.
Right.
So yeah, well, there's two ways to look at that. Number one is, are you really stuck? People think they're stuck. People think they're stuck in that career. People think they're stuck in that job, but you're not. And you know what? Some people have circumstances where it will be very difficult to leave that goal or to leave that venture. It will just be hard. So you have to ask yourself: is my pain of me dragging on, is that easier, or am I okay with that, or do I have to take some bold step to remove that? That could be the first problem. The second problem might be that actually you deep down you do have some passion for it. People don't have only one passion. People have several passions. It's not like you have to find one thing that you're passionate about. But it might be that you lost the passion because you're tired, because you're exhausted, because you're overworking. I know teachers who actually had passion to teach, but now staying committed to being a teacher is hard because they lost the juice for it because of the bureaucracy in the school, or just they're not getting enough sleep at night. So it might be that you didn't actually lose the passion, but you have to
It's all the baggage that comes with it.
Yeah.
You're not able to manage that properly.
Right. You have to invigorate the passion, right? So making sure that's the whole thing about passion, though.
Right.
Now, next thing is, how do you stay committed? So you have to be able to take your goal, whatever the goal might be, and be able to break it down. Be able to,
meaning that you have a clear path, like you're able to see that, okay, what are the exact steps that I need to take in order to reach the goal.
Right. So absolutely. So
is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, so people need, goal is great, right? Goal, but a goal has to be something very clear,
right?
And something vivid, something you can almost taste, feel, and sense and smell. It has to be very clear. Most people's goals are very vague. If it's vague, it doesn't have any power.
You want to give an example?
Sure. I mean, for example, if somebody wants to, become, an engineer, right? They have that goal, for example, and that goal is very clear. I mean, they know exactly the path they have to take. They know what it means to be an engineer, and they'll be that much more clear about the direction they're going, right?
Right.
It's like this: if you're in a car and you want to, go to New Jersey, and you're very clear what destination you're going. Imagine you get in a car and you're like, I want to go somewhere in Virginia. Somewhere.
So let's say for example, this year I want to lose weight.
Right.
Okay. And by end of this year, okay, I want to be at a certain weight.
Right.
So this would be like, for example, what are the steps that I would need to think about in order to do this? So for example, I need to make sure that I get a gym membership.
Right.
Okay. Maybe get a workout buddy.
Right.
Get gym clothes.
Right.
Things like that. Right.
So a lot of time people use usually in the gym and so forth as an example of these goal setting because it's easier to show your physical body, right? But this can work in a relationship. This can work. Could that be a career? If you have a clear goal, like in your company you want to move up and you want to become a VP. You have a very clear path. If you just want to say, I want to do better, I want to get promotion, that's very vague, right? If you have a very clear goal, what are you targeting? What are you working towards, right? It makes it that much. So your goal has to be very clear. It has to be, when do you exactly want it? How do you want it? You have to ask them very concrete questions. Not like, oh, I want to make more money. Here you go, take $1.
Okay, let's say you do have a concrete plan.
Yeah.
Okay. That you laid it out. Okay. That these are the steps that I need to take in order to reach my goal.
Right.
And you got very specific about it.
Right.
By the way, just before before I continue the conversation. By the way, guys, if you're with us, feel free to comment below with any kind of questions or any kind of comments that you might have, and I'll be looking at them, and also telling Hassan over here. So just wanted to put it out there. I want you guys to get involved with the interaction. So I was saying that so once you do have a clear path,
Right.
okay, how do you actually go about executing? Okay, I
Right.
think that's the key, right? Executing on what you find, and the plan that you have.
So since we're talking about how to stick to your goals, not give up halfway, haphazardly, do a little bit and then just fall short. Once you know that goal is actually something you're passionate about, and number two, you are very clear about where you're headed to, the direction, for sure where you're headed. Number three is giving it a timeline. In order for something to become a reality, you have to see it in pieces. So you have to be able to see that, what does it look like in 5 years? What does it look like in half a year? What does it look like in 3 months? What does it look like in 1 year? What does it look like in a week? People have goals that are like 5 years ahead or 2 years, but there's no path leading to that direction, right? So what does your goal look like, that goal that you have, whatever it might be, what does it look like tomorrow? What small action you gotta take tomorrow? So it has to be.
So let's say you figured that out.
Right.
Okay, let's say you got that.
Right.
You know what? In order for me to, lose weight, I keep going back to that example.
A lot of people do it.
let's just say okay, fine, we'll use that example.
Right.
In order for me to do that, I need to go to the gym 4 times a day.
Right.
I need to eat these kind of foods.
Right.
You have that figured out.
Right.
But how do you actually go about executing it? Okay.
Sure.
I think that's when people know the answers.
Right.
Just because you know the answers doesn't mean that you can actually go about and doing it.
So you have
if people
to
get lazy, different things come up.
That's true. So you have to actually you have to actually write it down, right? You have to write it down and you have to book it. So you have to actually schedule it. You have to actually make a schedule with yourself. You know how no one ever and some people do, but most people don't miss their a flight.
Right.
So if the flight is at 3 o'clock, they make it happen.
Because it's important to them.
It's important,
and there's consequences if you
yes,
miss the flight.
and it's scheduled.
Yeah, and
And
scheduled.
you know what time you have to go. So your goal, if it will be time for gym, whether it be putting in time so that you can learn about e-commerce, or whether it be your goal is in relationship, you want to spend time with your children. You have to actually think about it consciously, and you actually have to have it in a time. Most people don't know, I'll make time for it. If it just as soon as they come up, I'll do it. You have to really just book it in. What time tomorrow? You're saying you're gonna work with this goal, but what time tomorrow? Give me a time. Is it 3 o'clock? Is it 4 o'clock? You have to actually put it in, and you have to actually put it in your calendar like an appointment. Most people, doctor's appointment, they put it down.
Right. Absolutely.
So almost schedule like an appointment.
Right.
So you have to make an appointment with yourself. Whatever it might be, just make an appointment with yourself.
Okay.
So that's a key to be able to.
Okay, so let's say I got a schedule or anything like that. But what are some other things that I can do in order to ensure that I actually do follow up with those appointments, and I enjoy myself while I try to reach my goal and so forth.
Right. So
is there anything I can do with my environment, okay, or the people that I hang out with in order to kind of some hacks that I can use in order
Sure.
to
what's important is to lock yourself in. And especially what's really good if you can make a public commitment to it. So when you lock yourself into something, it just helps. So if you can tell your closest family or your friends that, look, this is what I'm doing. I plan to I'm working on.
So making like a public announcement almost.
Yeah, almost like a public. And it doesn't have to be on social media, on Facebook. It doesn't have to be on Twitter. It can be within your circle.
Right.
And you tell them, look, every day, 7 o'clock, I'm planning to do this.
Right.
Every day in the morning, I'm about to plan to run. I want to start MBA. So look, I'm going to be applying, and I need to write my essay.
So it's accountability, basically.
Exactly.
Right?
You need to have accountability. Look, when as a child, what happened? As a child, your mama took care of everything, right? What time you get up for school? What time you got to change your socks? So then you become an adult, and then you realize, oh, I got all this freedom, right? And you got all this freedom, but then no one to check you.
Right.
So actually, we all need accountability. So be able to have, whether it be public because of the group that you have, whether it be your husband or your wife, or whether it be your brother or your sister, or whoever, you have to be able to let people know this is what you're doing and what time you're doing it, and that really helps with accountability. And get yourself locked in. Locked in meaning join groups that are doing your goals. Other peer. So if you're really interested in for example the example of
basically find people that have similar goals.
Yes.
So that I mean, because everything around your environment is wanting your attention.
Right.
So if you're around, going back to the example of the gym, if you're around people who are not concerned about their health, then you're not gonna be concerned about your health either. But if you're around people that are concerned about going to the gym, exercising, eating the right food, then in that scenario, you'll want to do those things as well.
Same with education. If you hang out with other bums who are okay with D's and F's, or they talk about how school is difficult, then you're gonna get that grade, just guaranteed. Oftentimes
you start to have that mindset as well, right?
So so if you want to stay committed to your goal, and especially the goal that you chose, whether it be academic goal, whether it be relationship goal, I in my therapy I have someone, he is married and he's trying to improve the relationship with his wife, and but most of his friends are divorced or they are single, and I said, okay, it don't look like you're getting much good example of a good couples. So because if he has other couple who are friends who he hangs out with, then they can go on a couples date and so forth. So it doesn't mean you shouldn't have friends who, if you're just married, if you shouldn't have friends who are divorced or single, but it just means that you have to be conscious of that, or academic, or even money. If you hang out with people who just want to go to job and do that, that's what you're going to think about life the same way. So you have to be conscious about that. Your goals are directly affected by people and the energy that you have around you.
So I guess to summarize, this lesson is to if you want to reach a goal, then surround yourself with people that have similar goals.
True. Yeah.
Correct.
That helps in staying committed.
This environment.
So if you want to stay committed, find people who have similar goals as you.
By the way, before we move on, guys, I see that some of you guys just joined in. Feel free to, again, as I said, comment below. I'm looking at all the comments here, and I'll be, I'll relay it to you, and any kind of questions that you guys have, would love to, answer those questions.
This is our first episode, and this is a weekly show, and we plan to be with you every night, every Monday night, every week. So I hope you can book us in your schedule, and we can be with you every night, 10 o'clock Eastern time, and
every Monday night.
Not every night. Yeah, that's right. I can't do it. I can't stay committed to that. No, but every Monday night, we'll stay committed to that. Every Monday night we'll be with you, and we want to address things that are tough, and be able to address some of the opportunities of life, business, balance. And this is not about us coming here giving you some motivation Monday night boost of some kind. This is not me telling you some BS stories about different people, or telling you guys that look how amazing we are and be like us. We are a work in progress. You are a work in progress. But we're here to share some gems that we have together and address some things and maybe explore together.
Yeah.
So and hope that
And look, our goal is to bring the most value to you guys. Tell us the things that you guys are facing. Challenges that you guys are facing, and we'll discuss those things and explore those issues together.
And as we progress in episodes, this is the first episode, so we just wanted to pick one topic and just do a little round with it. But as we progress, and we want to be able to have folks share their stories, and we hope we can get more interaction. And I think Facebook Live has more different technology available now, where we can actually bring in some guests as well. I think that they can be double. You can live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to have one of you guys.
So we're just getting started. We're getting started, and in the episodes to come, and hope you can be with us every Monday night, 10 p.m.
Yeah. Just to for those of you guys who just joined in, so we're talking about how to stay committed to our goals. And to summarize what we've been talking about, so we spoke about you need to have a clear path towards the goals that you want to achieve.
So sometimes people think, okay, what is staying committed to your goals? Sounds like a big word.
Right.
What is it all about?
Staying committed to your goals. I don't know. Tell me, bro.
I mean, it's simply that we have things we want to do and we quit halfway.
Yeah.
Or we mess up, or we lose motivation after a few days. What do you do about that?
Right.
That's what the show is about.
Right.
The episode is about tonight.
Okay, all right, and we discussed this, like,
Yeah.
you know, one step is you have to know what are the exact steps that you have to do. You got to be able to live it, breathe it, feel it, so that, you know, you can actually go towards that goal. And number two, we spoke about the environment. You know, the people that you're around, things that are around you. Are those supporting the goal that you're trying to achieve, or are they taking you away from it? Right.
So in a very concrete step, as we summarize for tonight, number one, being able to see your vision 5 years from now, 2 years from now, half a year from now, a month from now, a week from now. What does it look like, step by step? And then number two, making sure that you are passionate about that goal, meaning you actually do care about it. If it's something you don't care about, no one in the world, no amount of YouTube video is going to make you pumped up about that goal, because you just damn don't care about it. So cut it out, let go of it, or find a way to find back that passion that you had about it. Okay. And then number three, being able to book it. You have to be able to put it in your schedule. Just like you book your flight, you have to book this time you're going to spend on working on that goal, right? And then of course what Jawad mentioned about finding people who have similar goals. And it doesn't mean you gotta only have to hang out with that group. Find time to hang out with that group so that you can get motivated about that. And then you have other friend circle too. You don't have to just have one friend circle. You can have a different peer group and different group that you are associated with, or even at organizational level. It doesn't have to be necessarily friendship. It could be just your professional group of some kind that you meet up once a month and so forth. That's okay too.
So in addition to that, okay, is there anything else that we can do? I think like we just had like a bunch of other people join us.
Sure.
So I just want to give them a little bit more content. What else can they do in order to make sure that they don't quit and they follow through with their goal? Yeah.
So to make sure that people don't quit halfway or you give up halfway, it's really you have to sit down and write it out. People don't realize how powerful writing things are. You have to actually sit down and write out what it looks like in 5 years, and then write out what it looks like in 1 month. Look, the few steps that we talked about, there is no more than this. This is it. You just gotta do it.
Right.
We there's no more tips and hacks and
like you've been inspired enough. Okay, you figured it out.
Right.
You got your plan.
Right.
Now go and execute.
So take one goal and you have to actually sit down and write out what it looks like in 5 years, or it looks like in a year, or in 1 week, and then make sure you care about that goal.
Right.
If you don't, let go of it. Just let it go. Right. Stop lying to yourself, because you don't care about it. And then you might say, no, I really have to do this goal. In that case, find the passion that you did have. Find something that you can enjoy about it, right? And then obviously book it. You have to have it on your schedule. Like you schedule your appointments, you have to put that in. Like 5 o'clock every day. This time, and then announce it. Get a social influence to pressure you. So announce it publicly. Or call up some good friends and tell them, look, this is what I'm working on for the next 3 months. Can you make sure check on me?
Like on your group chat, okay,
Yeah.
that you have with your friends, put it out there that this is a goal that I have. I need you guys to hold me accountable.
And really helps. It really helps. And don't abuse it. Don't go on Twitter every day and have new goals.
I actually know a friend of mine, okay,
Yeah.
who does a Facebook Live.
Right.
It was like what we do.
Right.
But he's trying to lose weight. Okay,
Ah.
sticking to our example.
Oh wow.
And
pretty good.
every time he works out, after the workout, he does a Facebook Live. To let everyone know
That's great. I mean, that's definitely one way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can
as long as you have some
Yeah,
way that
yeah.
that you feel accountable, and be honest with yourself, what that is. Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
So as we wrap up for tonight, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, this is a weekly show every Monday night. We hope you can book it in your schedule. Every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. And
If you have suggestions like what topics we should cover, okay, please put them down below. I'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah. And like I said, we're just getting started. There's the first episode. We just want to take one topic and discuss a little bit, but as we progress in the weeks to come, we're going to address real life examples, and maybe some concern that you set us, something that's really going on in your life, and we will take that what's going on in a real life scenario and we will discuss it together.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, again guys, thank you for joining us.
And if you did join us, hope you can share the video. if we share, the more people know about it. And of course, right now we are going live from the Muhammad Hassan page. But as our life build-up page gets better and more people join, we're gonna actually go live from there. So I hope you can go and like the life build-up. That's the page, and the link is below.
Yeah. So guys, if you look at the comment section, I actually just posted the exact direct link, okay, to the life build-up page. If you could drop a like, I'll really appreciate it, because in the future, okay, our goal is to move it away from Muhammad Hassan's page, and do our live show from there.
So and feel free to and share the video, and we'll hope to see you next Monday 10 o'clock.
All right, sounds good. All right.